Is TF2 pay to win? That's a question that's been on my mind for a little bit now, and it's a question nobody else seems to be thinking about. TF2 is a free game, and as such, it makes money through various microtransactions via the in-game store and the community market. Weapons, hats, various cosmetic items, and tools are all available for purchase at any time. A new player, just starting out, will only have access to the stock items for each class. No buff banner, no rescue ranger, no Tomislav. If you're like me, you almost never play with stock items on most classes. The Iron Bomber for Demo Man is more useful in almost all situations than the stock grenade launcher. Anyone who plays heavy will use a Tomislav because no amount of extra damage is worth giving up a faster, silent rev. I cannot imagine playing Engineer without the Jag or Eureka effect. These days, anyone playing with only stock weapons, assuming equal skill levels, is at a significant disadvantage when going up against someone with every item in the game at their fingertips. But that doesn't necessarily make TF2 pay to win. After all, you don't need to pay anything to get items in TF2. First of all, there's the item drop system. When you're playing TF2, every 20 to 70 minutes a random item will be given to you. This is the primary way new players get their hands on new items. If you just play long enough, you could theoretically get your hands on all 160 unlockable weapons in TF2. But considering you get one item every 50 minutes on average, and considering the items you get are random, and considering that the game will give you duplicates, it's going to take a long time to get everything. Not only that, but free-to-play players only have 50 slots in their backpack, so even if a new player only got new items with every item drop, they still wouldn't be able to have every item in TF2 thanks to their tiny backpacks. But it doesn't end there. Let's forget unlocks for a moment and talk about communication. Free accounts in TF2 cannot use voice or text chat, or even the voice commands in-game. Yeah, free players can't call for medic. Oh yeah, sure, just lock off a basic game feature until you pay up, that'll help. So, in this team-based game, free-to-play players are literally incapable of communicating with teammates. This is not how video games are meant to be played, guys. Sure, there are some classes where the stock weapons are actually the best options, but honestly, playing heavy without the Tomislav or demo without the Iron Bomber is like trying to stir oatmeal with your toes. You can do it, but you'll always be less effective than someone who just uses their hands. Now, yes, if somebody just plays TF2 for long enough, gets enough backpack expanders, and sits in a corner, they will eventually get every item in the game. But is that really a reasonable system? I get it. TF2 makes money by making people want the conveniences and extra features of a premium account. But restricting all communication and making it basically impossible to have room for everything without locking in every Christmas is just stupid. It's pay to win. Just drop some bucks and you'll automatically have an advantage over everyone who doesn't. That's the literal definition of the phrase. So how would I fix it? Well, to start with, I would remove the communication restrictions on free accounts. It hasn't worked in restricting what bots can do, so just get rid of it. Secondly, they should make all new players have exactly 160 backpack slots. That way, if they have one of every single item, they'll have a full backpack. If they want war paints, hats, or stranges, they'll have to upgrade to premium. It would still give an incentive to upgrade your account without punishing you for not doing so. Finally, and this one might sound stupid, but I'm throwing it out there anyway, just make every unlock in TF2 obtainable via the contract system. The mechanism is already in place for new players to unlock weapons using contracts. It's been done before. By completing certain challenges of varying difficulty, a new player could unlock every single item in the game. No need to wait years to get backpack expanders, and we could keep the item drop system along with that, so players who delete their contract items could still get replacements. It would even be awesome for experienced players, since they could boot up a fresh TF2 account and speedrun the item contracts to see how fast they could get everything. I see no reason why new players should have such extreme limitations placed upon them. TF2 at its core is a great game, but part of the reason it has had such longevity is the immense number of playstyles available thanks to the unlockable weapons. That flexibility is so vital to maintaining TF2's charm, which is why in my opinion, it needs to be available to everyone, not just people who pay. That's all.